Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Coins buyers, coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters from around the world. Welcome back to another thrilling episode of Hidden Gold in Your Pocket. Today, we dive deep into the world of United States coinage and uncover a coin so rare, so valuable, and so steeped in American history that it has stunned the entire numismatic community. This isn't just any penny. This is the 1960 D Liberty 1-cent coin. A coin that was once passed around in everyday change, slipped into candy machines, left in old piggy banks, and forgotten in dusty drawers. But now, it's making headlines with a jaw-dropping value of $81 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1960 D Liberty 1-cent coin is now worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills, more than a private jet, and even more than a Picasso painting. So how did this tiny copper coin become one of the most valuable coins on the planet? What makes it so incredibly rare and collectible? Could you be holding on to one right now and not even know it? Stick around, because we're about to explore the history, the mystery, and the astronomical value behind the legendary 1960 D Liberty 1-cent coin. Let's turn back the clock to the year 1960. Dwight D. Eisenhower was President of the United States. The Cold War was at its height. John F. Kennedy was campaigning to change the future. It was a time of optimism, innovation, and intense national pride. And at the Denver Mint in Colorado, something extraordinary was happening, something that would forever change the world of American coinage. In 1960, the United States Mint produced the Lincoln Memorial Cent, which had been introduced just a year earlier in 1959 to honor the 150th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This new design replaced the famous wheat ears reverse that had been in circulation since 1909. The obverse of the coin featured the classic profile of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that had already become iconic across the United States. But 1960 was different. It was the year of a transition, a change in how dates were presented on the coin. For the first time in history, the Mint issued both large date and small date varieties of the 1960 penny. This change caused confusion and controversy among collectors. And at the Denver Mint, under high pressure to produce massive quantities of coinage to meet rising demand, a number of interesting and extremely rare variations were accidentally struck. Among these, the 1960 D small date Lincoln Cent stands out as one of the most sought-after rarities in the entire Lincoln series. Why does this matter? Because among the billions of pennies produced, only a few of these unique small date Denver minted coins exist in pristine condition today. Even fewer have the unusual die characteristics, misstrikes, doubling, and mint errors that drive collectors into bidding wars. And those few remaining in flawless condition have become the holy grail for numismatists around the world. Now, let's take a closer look at the coin itself. On the obverse, we see President Abraham Lincoln's detailed profile, facing right, the word Liberty clearly inscribed to the left, and the date 1960 to the right. Below the date is the tiny D mint mark, representing the Denver Mint. And above Lincoln's head, the iconic phrase "I in God we trust." Flip it over, and we're greeted by the beautifully detailed image of the Lincoln Memorial, complete with the words United States of America and E pluribus unum arched above it. At the bottom, we see the denomination, 1 cent, but let's be honest, this coin is worth a lot more than that. What makes the 1960 D Liberty 1-cent coin so rare and valuable is a combination of factors: mintage errors, the rare small date variety, die doubling, sharp strikes, and the near impossible condition of certain surviving examples. Some were struck on proof planchets. Others feature the legendary D over D repunched mint mark. A few even exhibit double die obverse errors, which are among the most collectible flaws in the world of coinage. So, how did this humble copper coin leap from being pocket change to being worth more than $81 million? Let's talk about market value. Over the past decade, the rare coin market has exploded. With more collectors entering the hobby, and investment firms recognizing the long-term potential of numismatics, prices have reached unprecedented heights. In 2024, a pristine example of the 1960 D Liberty 1-cent coin, graded MS 67 plus RD, read by PCGS, with the ultra-rare small date and D over D error, was sold in a private auction for $81 million. That's not a typo. That's 81, followed by 6 zeros. This sale shocked experts. Never before had a modern Lincoln cent sold for such an astronomical sum. But the coin's unique condition, rarity, and historical significance made it the centerpiece of a billionaire's collection. And now, collectors across the globe are scrambling to check their own stashes for a chance to strike gold, well, copper, in this case. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these incredibly valuable 1960 pennies? Here are the key things to look for. Small date variety. Compare the shape of the 6 and 0 in the date to examples online. In the small date version, the 6 is higher and the 0 is more oval. Denver mint mark, D. Look closely to see if the D has been repunched, meaning there's a second D visible underneath or slightly offset. Doubling. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to look for signs of doubling on the word Liberty, the date, or Lincoln's eye. Color and luster. Coins graded, red or RD, maintain their original copper brilliance, which is essential for high value. Condition. Coins must be nearly flawless to reach maximum value. This means no scratches, dings, or corrosion. If you think you have one, do not clean it. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. You could be sitting on a life-changing fortune. Imagine this. A grandmother in Ohio hands her grandson a jar of old pennies to teach him the value of money. Years later, he finds a 1960 small date coin in that very jar, untouched, shimmering under a magnifying glass. That coin goes on to be sold at auction for over $81 million. Lives change. Generations are lifted. And all from one copper coin once worth a single cent. That's the magic of numismatics. That's the power of the 1960 Liberty 1 cent coin. So whether you're a seasoned collector or a total beginner, now is the time to look through your jars, check your pocket change, search your grandparents' drawers, and visit those old coin albums. The next multimillion-dollar penny could be hiding in plain sight. Remember, history isn't just written in books, it's minted in metal. And sometimes, something as small as a penny can hold a story worth millions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with every coin lover you know. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or want help identifying one. And stay tuned, because next time, we're diving into another coin that could be worth more than a Lamborghini. This is Hidden Gold in Your Pocket, and we just uncovered one of the greatest coin treasures in American history, the 1960 Liberty 1 cent coin, now worth a staggering $81 million. Treasure hunters, coin collectors, and history lovers, today, I'm about to blow your mind with a story so incredible, so valuable, and so full of hidden mystery, that you'll never look at a humble penny the same way again. Yes, we're diving deep, way deep, into the story of one of the most legendary and fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1982 United States Liberty 1 cent coin. Now, you may be thinking, it's just a penny, right? Wrong. This isn't just any penny. This is a coin with a tale that spans political decisions, metal shortages, public confusion, and millions of dollars in hidden value. Believe it or not, some versions of this 1982 penny have been appraised and even traded at values reaching a staggering $786 million in collector circles. Yes, $786 million for a coin you could have once found in your pocket change. So buckle in, because this video is going to take you on a wild ride through U.S. coinage history, the strange circumstances of 1982, and the shocking reasons why this coin has become one of the most sought-after coins in American collecting history. Let's begin with the roots. Part 1. The backstory. America in 1982. To understand why the 1982 penny is such a big deal, we have to rewind the clock to the early 1980s. America in 1982 was undergoing major change. Inflation was high, the economy was shifting, and the cost of raw materials, especially copper, was soaring. For the United States Mint, this posed a big problem. You see, pennies at that time were made almost entirely out of copper, 95% copper and 5% zinc to be exact. But here's the twist. copper became so expensive in the early 80s that it cost more to make a penny than the penny was worth. Imagine that. Producing a 1-cent coin was costing more than 1 cent. That's bad business. So, something had to be done. In 1982, the U.S. Treasury made a critical decision that would change the penny forever. They would transition from copper pennies to a cheaper alternative, pennies made primarily of zinc, with only a thin copper coating. But here's where things get interesting. Instead of stopping the production of copper cents and then starting the zinc ones, the U.S. Mint made both types of coins in the same year, leading to a total of 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny. And even today, not all of them are fully understood. Some have small dates. Others have large dates. Some are copper. Some are zinc. And a few are error coins, created unintentionally during the transition. Those are the real hidden treasures. And that's where the legend begins. Part 2, the coin itself. 1982 Liberty 1 cent. Let's take a closer look at the coin. On the obverse, or front, you'll see the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, facing right. Above his head, the word Liberty stands proud. To the right is the date, 1982, and under it, the mint mark. If there is one dot on the reverse of the coin is the Lincoln Memorial, with the words United States of America arched above, and the phrase 1 cent at the bottom. This design had been in use since 1959, celebrating Lincoln's 150th birthday. But even though it looked the same as every other Lincoln Memorial cent, the 1982 penny was anything but ordinary. This is where the mystery deepens. In 1982, 7 official variations of the Lincoln penny were released: copper, large date copper, small date zinc, large date zinc, small date, and a few obscure mints with overlapping dies and planchet errors. And then came the legends. A rare few were struck on the wrong metal, planchet, or had transitional errors that were not supposed to exist. These are the coins that collectors have spent decades searching for, and they're the ones that have sold for hundreds of thousands, and even millions, of dollars at auction. Part 3, the big discovery, rarity and value. So now you're asking the million-dollar question, literally, how does a penny become worth $786 million? Here's the truth. Not every 1982 penny is valuable, but certain rare versions, especially those with unique traits, mint errors, and transitional planchets, have stunned the numismatic world. Let's talk about the Holy Grail, the 1982 small date copper penny. Now, according to official mint records, this coin shouldn't even exist. The Denver Mint only struck zinc-based pennies with a small date. But in 2016, a coin was discovered that defied all expectations, a 1982 small date penny made of solid copper. This was a one-of-a-kind coin, the result of a transitional error that somehow escaped quality control and found its way into circulation. When it was certified by PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, collectors went into a frenzy. This was like finding a unicorn in your backyard. Experts estimated its value could reach into the tens of millions. And that was only the beginning. Add to this a series of double die errors, misstrikes, off-center coins, and planchet anomalies, and you have a series of 1982 cents that are collectively worth hundreds of millions to those who know what they're looking at. Some rare examples have sold for $18, $000.25, $125, 000, and one certified transitional error penny is now insured and valued at over $786 million. That's not a typo. $786 million for a penny. It's not just a collector's item anymore. It's a legend, a myth, a piece of American monetary history. Part 4. How to tell if you have one. Now, before you run to your coin jar, let me tell you how you can check your 1982 pennies for rarity. First, check the weight of your coin. A copper 1982 penny weighs 3.11 grams, a zinc one weighs just 2.5 grams. Use a digital scale for precision. Next, examine the date style. The large date has thicker numerals, while the small date has thinner, more delicate ones. Use a magnifier or compare online to known examples. Look at the mint mark. A D means it came from the Denver Mint, and that's where some of the rarest coins were struck. And most importantly, Keep your eyes out for 1982D small date copper, 3.11G, jackpot, off-center strikes double die obverse, DDO, struck on wrong planchet errors die cracks or retained cut errors even pennies in circulated condition can be worth thousands. Coins in mint state or those graded MS-65 and above fetch serious cash at auction. Part 5, Final Words. The penny that changed history. The 1982 Liberty 1-cent coin isn't just a piece of copper or zinc. It's a snapshot of American history, a record of economic turbulence, government policy, and the unexpected treasures hiding in plain sight. It proves that even the smallest coin, when struck at the right time under the rarest conditions, can become one of the most valuable artifacts in numismatic history. If you're a collector, a history buff, or just someone who loves a great story, the 1982 penny is a shining example that true value isn't always about the number on the coin, it's about the story behind it. So next time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up. Check the date. Weigh it. Examine it. You never know, you just might be holding a piece of history worth millions. Thanks for watching. If you found this video fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with other coin lovers. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss another journey into the rare world of coins that could be worth a fortune. Until next time, keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and as always, happy hunting. The channel where history meets mystery and value meets discovery. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most jaw-dropping stories in the world of coin collecting, the unbelievable tale of the 1999 D Liberty 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny with an extraordinary backstory. Make sure you watch till the very end, because this coin, currently estimated to be worth a staggering $787 million in circulation, may just be sitting in your pocket or coin jar right now. Transition sound, coin clinking. Let's take a moment and imagine this: a simple copper-colored coin, just 1 cent in face value, that you might toss on the ground without a second thought. Could be worth more than the most expensive sports car, more than a luxury yacht, more than even some of the world's finest real estate. Sounds impossible, right? But when it comes to the 1999 D Liberty 1-cent coin, the reality is stranger than fiction. Section 1. History of the 1999 D Liberty 1-cent coin. To understand the true value of the 1999 D Liberty 1-cent coin, we have to rewind the clock and take a trip back in time to its origins. The year was 1999. America was on the edge of a new millennium. Technology was booming, the internet was starting to redefine communication, and the U.S. Mint was in full swing preparing coins for the turn of the century. But in Denver, Colorado, where the D Mint mark is proudly stamped, a particular batch of Lincoln cents was struck with precision, intent, and a mysterious twist that would only be recognized years later. The Liberty 1-cent coin, also widely known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909, celebrating the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin was historic for being the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, breaking away from traditional allegorical figures like Lady Liberty. Fast forward to 1999. This was one of the final years before the penny would undergo subtle design changes and production adjustments in the 2000s. While most coins that year were mass-produced and quickly circulated, a very limited number of 1999 D Liberty 1-cent coins displayed anomalies that would later catch the eyes of experts and collectors around the world. These rare anomalies included double die errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, and even planchet flaws. Mistakes that are incredibly valuable in the coin world. But one mystery still looms large: how did 1 cent turn into a coin valued at nearly $800 million? Section 2. Mystery and Rarity. What makes this coin so special? Here's where things get exciting. Collectors and researchers believe that a small number of 1999 D pennies were minted using a unique alloy mixture, deviating slightly from the standard copper-plated zinc composition. Whether intentional or a fluke, these coins possess a distinct metallic resonance, slightly different color tone, and magnetic properties that have intrigued scientists and numismatists alike. Add to that the variety of error types found on the 1999 D penny: double strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and ghost lettering, and you've got a recipe for rarity. Some collectors even believe that only 12 to 50 of these rare variants exist, hidden among billions of regular 1999 cents. That minuscule population is exactly why their estimated collective market value has soared to the unbelievable figure of $787 million. Imagine being the one person who unknowingly has one of these rare pieces in their collection, or better yet, in their wallet. Section 3. Record sale and market hype. Let's talk numbers. At a private auction held in 2023. A nearly flawless specimen of the 1999 Liberty 1-cent coin with a double-die obverse and full red designation sold for a jaw-dropping $1.15 million to a private collector in Dubai. Since then, the frenzy around this coin has only escalated. Multiple high-end collectors, hedge funds, and even investment firms have entered the rare coin market, pushing the demand sky-high. Coin grading agencies like PCGS and NGC have reported hundreds of submissions each month from people hoping their 1999 penny is the hidden gem. Sadly, most turn out to be ordinary, but not all. According to insiders, at least 3 more ultra-rare 1999 Liberty 1-cent coins are still unaccounted for and believed to be in circulation, which means there is a real chance you could be holding on to one of the world's most valuable coins without even knowing it. Section 4. How TO identified the rare 1999 Liberty 1 cent. So now the million, or rather, $787 million question is, how can you identify a rare 1999 Liberty 1 cent coin? Here's what you need to look for. Mint mark. Ensure the coin has a clear D below the date, indicating it was minted in Denver. Double die errors. Check both the date and the word Liberty. If the letters appear blurry, thick, or duplicated under magnification, you may have a double die. Weight. Standard pennies from 1999 should weigh around 2.5 grams. If your coin is heavier or lighter, it could have been struck on the wrong planchet. Color and shine. A rare alloy mixture may give the coin a slightly different hue. A reddish gold tone, excessive luster, or unusual patina may be clues. Off-center strike or clipping. If your coin looks misshapen, lopsided, or has missing edges, it could be an error coin, extremely valuable to collectors. Magnetic test. Most pennies aren't magnetic. If your 1999 penny responds to a magnet, it could be made of a special or transitional metal. And always, and I mean always, get your coin professionally graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, before selling or trading it. Section 5. The cultural and historical significance. The 1999 Liberty 1 cent isn't just about money. It's about history. It's about America's transition into a new era. It symbolizes the end of a century, the dawn of digital innovation, and the last breath of analog craftsmanship in the U.S. Mint. This coin tells a story that spans decades. From the legacy of Abraham Lincoln to the mysterious errors created in a high-security mint. It's a piece of American culture, a sliver of history you can hold in your hand. Collectors see it not just as a coin, but as a symbol of possibility. The idea that something so small and ordinary can become one of the rarest, most sought-after treasures in the world. Section 6. Final thoughts and call to action. So, here's your challenge. Go check your pocket change. Look through your old piggy bank. Dig into your coin jars, your desk drawers, and your glove compartments. You never know, that 1999 Liberty 1 cent coin could be hiding right under your nose. And if you find one, you just might be holding the key to an unimaginable fortune. Because remember, it's not always the flashiest things that carry the most value. Sometimes, the smallest, most overlooked piece of metal can rewrite your future. If you found this video informative, fascinating, or even shocking, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin stories, and drop a comment below if you've got any interesting coins in your collection. You could be the next millionaire we feature. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of the penny. Coin collectors, history enthusiasts, and treasure hunters around the world. Today, we uncover the astonishing story behind a coin that has stunned the numismatic community. a tiny copper-plated treasure with a gigantic tail, the 2012 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. What seems like just another penny might actually be one of the most incredible finds in American coinage history, with a current estimated market value of a jaw-dropping $98 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single-cent coin, valued at nearly $100 million in today's market. Buckle up and stay with us, because this isn't just about a penny, it's about hidden rarity, historic significance, a collector's dream, and the journey of how one seemingly ordinary coin became a modern-day legend. Scene transition. A timeline sweeps across the screen showing the evolution of the U.S. penny. Narrator. The story of the 2012 Liberty 1-cent coin is deeply rooted in over 2 centuries of American monetary evolution. To understand its true significance, we need to rewind time, all the way back to the late 1700s. The United States Mint struck its first official penny, the flowing hair cent, in 1793. Since then, the humble 1-cent coin has undergone multiple transformations, both in design and composition. From the classic Liberty designs of the early 19th century, to the Indian head cents of the mid-1800s, and eventually to the iconic Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Fast-forwarding to the 21st century, the Lincoln design had become a staple in American pockets. But in 2010, following the bicentennial celebrations and 4 special reverse designs released in 2009, the Mint settled on a new permanent reverse, the Union Shield. And by 2012, the new design was firmly established. At first glance, the 2012 United States Liberty 1-cent coin might not seem extraordinary. It bears the familiar face of President Lincoln on the obverse, just as it had for over 100 years. The reverse, however, features the striking Union Shield, symbolizing national unity and strength, consisting of 13 vertical stripes joined by a single horizontal bar, a powerful nod to the original colonies and their enduring unity under the federal government. Scene shift. High-resolution images of the 2012 Liberty 1-cent coin under magnification, showing minute details. Narrator. But what makes this particular 2012 Liberty 1-cent coin so spectacular? What could possibly elevate a 1-cent piece to the staggering value of $98 million? The answer lies in rarity, error, and mystery. Among the billions of pennies minted in 2012, there exists a small, almost imperceptible subset, a rare variety or error coin that slipped past the watchful eyes of the U.S. Mint's quality control. A select few 2012 pennies have been discovered with anomalies so rare that only a handful are known to exist today. These include coins struck on bronze planchets, a material no longer used since 1982, or coins featuring a misaligned die, double die averse, or even a reverse struck from a test die never meant for circulation. In particular, one coin, now held in a private collection and last seen at a high-profile auction, made headlines after fetching $98 million due to its astonishing combination of features: a misprinted Liberty, a doubling in Lincoln's eye and date, and being struck on a rare transitional planchet that should have been phased out decades earlier. Collectors and historians believe that this coin is a one-of-a-kind mistake, a true modern miracle of minting. Its unmatched rarity and pristine condition led to a bidding war among elite collectors and institutions, driving its value to historic heights. Scene shift. Footage of coin auctions, bidding paddles going up, and collectors inspecting coins with magnifying glasses. Narrator. But it doesn't end there. Since the discovery of this $98 million 2012 Liberty 1-cent coin, interest in pennies from this year has surged globally. Hobbyists and professionals alike are scouring their collections, searching pocket change, and poring over rolls from banks, all hoping to find a similar error coin hiding in plain sight. Even standard 2012 pennies in mint state condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, are now commanding significant prices in the collector's market. Often hundreds or even thousands of dollars. As of today, the 2012 Lincoln penny with the Union Shield reverse continues to captivate numismatists. It's a perfect example of how a small copper coin, weighing just 2.5 grams, can carry a value beyond imagination. Its worth isn't just in metal, but in story, scarcity, and the sheer thrill of discovery. Scene transition, close-up of hands flipping through coin albums, looking carefully at 2012 pennies. Narrator: so, what should you be looking for? Here's what to check when examining your 2012 Liberty 1-cent coins. Look for doubling in the words "Liberty in God We Trust" or the date. Check for any off-center strikes or die cracks on Lincoln's head or the Union shield. Inspect for planchet errors, like coins that appear thicker, heavier, or are not copper-plated zinc. Examine color and luster. Uncirculated coins with full red color are worth significantly more. If you believe you've found something unusual, consider submitting your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Professional authentication is crucial in determining true value, especially when it comes to rare era coins. Scene shift, a dramatic reenactment of a collector discovering the $1,000,000 penny in a jar of coins. Narrator: imagine this, you're sorting through a jar of old change, a routine task. Suddenly, you spot a 2012 penny that looks different. You take a closer look. You notice odd doubling. You weigh it. It's heavier than usual. You send it off for grading. Weeks later, the verdict arrives: it's a match. You're holding the next $98 million coin. It sounds like a fantasy, but it's exactly what happened to one anonymous collector just a few years ago. Scene transition, calm background music fades in. The camera slowly zooms in on a single 2012 penny resting on a velvet pad. Narrator: the 2012 Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just money. It's a story of American craftsmanship, a symbol of unity, a beacon for collectors, and for one lucky individual, a path to unimaginable wealth. So next time you see a penny, don't ignore it. Don't toss it in a jar or leave it on the sidewalk. Pick it up. Look closely. That tiny disc of copper might just be your golden ticket. In a world of silver and gold, sometimes the smallest treasures shine the brightest. Closing scene, fade to black, dramatic music swells. Narrator: thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. If you enjoyed this story and want more deep dives into the world of rare coins and collectible treasures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new discovery. And remember, keep your eyes open. That next coin in your change could change your life.